Hey guys, welcome back to another video. The garage is looking a little bit like a mess right now because we've been working heavily on this electric go-kart project, so tools are everywhere. I think today we have some different tires we're going to try on the rear of the electric go-kart. Trent's at work, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on and then wait till he gets back so then we can test that and hopefully all goes well. This is where we left off. We still have the everything hooked up just like this. I'm probably going to zip tie this down to some of these pillars here to get rid of the clamps just in case they fall off. I'm going to zip tie all these wires together. That way that's just one together harness. Probably lube up the chain, do the wheels, and we should be good to go. So if you guys remember the electric wheelchair we had on the channel like a really long time ago, basically these are the wheels that we used to have on that. And so I'm going to be reusing them because that project didn't work very well. The hub is relatively the same as the axle that we have on this. So we're gonna try putting some bigger diameter wheels on it. It'll allow for more wheel speed, and hopefully the PVC that we have on those tires is better than these PVC tires. These PVC tires are not like the same grade of PVC that we normally drift with on go-karts. So I'm hoping that the white PVC we have on these tires we're about to mount up is more like loose in the sense of helping the cart slip the rear better. And even though the front tires that we put on that were supposed to grip up don't really grip up that well, it'll hold its own for now, and worst case we just put the old front tires back on and run it like that. We're trying to find a solution for the front tires to grip up a little bit better to help compensate for like the rear having so much grip. For now, we're just going to put these tires on, do some testing, and keep figuring out the best solution to getting one of these to be like drift ready. I'm going to show you what has gotten done, and now we can throw on the wheels. So basically what I've done is I've trimmed both pieces to be thinner than they were, so that's about where it is. With the washer just barely letting the key poke through on both sides. Then I lost one of the keys, so I said screw it, and I cut the one key I had in half. So one will fit there, one will fit in here, just enough for the wheel to slide over, and then it's locked. Then I've got this spacer gonna go in there and the nut to go there, and I've already tightened it once before just to check, but once it's all tight, basically the end of this nut is flush with the end of the axle. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten both sides and show you what it looks like, and then throw the PVC on, and we should be ready to test this thing, which is pretty exciting. So momentarily. In today's video, we're gonna be putting the 60-volt battery on our Razor ground force drift go-kart. Stock, these things come with 24 volts, but we're gonna actually put 60 volts on a 48-volt motor that we have. Since we're trying this thing out and we're testing the capabilities of this battery on our go-kart, I'm not gonna hard mount this thing yet. We're gonna just strap it in with a couple straps that we have and test it out at our favorite drift spot. I'm really excited. This is probably my favorite place to drift, so you know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Probably don't need to film this part. But we're just gonna put these straps on the header on the battery real quick. That ain't going nowhere. We got it strapped in pretty good. Take a look at it real quick. We got one strap just kind of all over the place. This is our speed controller. So we have 1, 2, 3, kind of just to range our RPM. And yeah, I mean, we're fully hooked up, as you can see. Right now, we just have some temporary wiring management here. If you want to take a look. This is our on-off switch. Yeah, it's not looking great, but it's again, it's just temporary, just to make sure everything works. Okay, really quick overview. Just driving it over here. It doesn't have like the instant torque I thought it was gonna have, but that's totally fine. It like, I don't know, I didn't really see like a big difference between 1 and 2, like in terms of the gearing, but it definitely likes to slip on some occasion, so we're just gonna try to drift it as much as we can. The brakes are not the best. I'm still trying to find a solution for that. So most of the drifting we're gonna do is uphill, so that it's more throttle control than it is braking. But otherwise, it's held up so far. This is the spot we're at right now. We've been here before with the gas go-kart. Again, it's just experimenting. We're just trying to enjoy this thing for what it is. There's a couple homeless people, so we're trying to look out. So we've been here before. There's this really sick turn over here, and then we have this bend, like a little S-turn that we're gonna try to drift mostly and just roll with that. So, by the way, the self-steer on this go-kart is not the best. Like regular go-karts, if you see like on our actual drift go-kart, it lifts one wheel because the spindles are angled at a certain way to that allows like some really good self-steer. But this thing is just flat steering, and so it's really hard. I have to really like kind of force the steering where it needs to be, and sometimes it's hard to judge because it doesn't give the feedback I need in order to know where I should be turning next. So it'll be really easy to spin out, but we're gonna try to avoid that and get some really clean runs. So let's see how it goes. I'll get it. Dude, it's drifting so weird. Alright, so it has this like weird thing where sometimes it wants to spin the wheels and sometimes it doesn't, so it's like, okay, well, which is it? But we're trying to figure out how it drifts, and sometimes it like wants to crab walk. Oddly enough, it just feels like you can't, like the front doesn't want to go anywhere. slightly like it cut out, so it's possible that the controller is just really hot, and so it's just like a safety shutoff thing. But because I'm looking at the wiring and nothing seems to be wrong, so while we're waiting, I'll just give you guys like the quick rundown. Basically, the self-steer absolutely sucks on this thing, and it seems to like to slip on asphalt only, and concrete seems to have a really hard time like breaking loose for some reason. We're gonna try to find some more asphalt areas to drift, but for some reason with the two tires like planted really well on the ground, has a really hard time with, you okay? Oh, dude. You might have to rinse off, bro. It looked low-key dry, huh? So the wheel just slipped? Yeah, well here, don't have it in the path just in case, because bikers. Sorry, bro. All right, we're gonna move this thing. All right, so unfortunately Trent just slipped. But basically, since we have both tires in the front on the ground, it seems to really crab walk like crazy. So we're gonna figure out a solution so that it can pop up one tire. So if we can fix that solution, it'll drift way better. But again, we're just fine tuning this thing. The 60 volt is good. The low end, there's not a lot of low end. So honestly, we might have to go up to a bigger sprocket to bring down the gear ratio, and hopefully allow for more low end torque and speed, because the top end is fine. It slips like even if you're going straight, but then from a dead start it doesn't want to slip. So something we're gonna have to keep figuring it out.